Have you ever felt stuck with what content to send to your audience in your emails? How often should you send your emails? What platform should you use? How to grow your email list? If you've had any of these questions, then this episode is for you. So stay tuned. So, hi everyone. This is Abby Agini here, your host. Welcome to another episode of the Fulfilled Musicpreneur podcast. Um, Today, I wanted to share about a big part of marketing for any artist, and that is emails. Actually, emails is a huge part of marketing for any business. It is way more effective than a lot of the other marketing techniques, and the return on investment is much more compared to other marketing techniques as well. So, every artist who wants to grow, who wants to monetize their audience, needs to have an email list. It is non negotiable. When I started to grow my business, one of the first things I learned was that I needed an email list. And I heard how you could essentially equate how much you could earn from marketing to your email list by approximating it to £1 per person on your email list. So if you had 1,000 email subscribers, you could essentially aim to get, or you could essentially project to get £1,000 from your email lists. Now, I suspect that the frequency of this will be how frequently you send them offers and how frequently you create products that they can buy from you. So essentially, growing an email list is non negotiable if you want to be successful at whatever venture that you're doing. So, artists, this is what we're talking about today: how to nurture your audience via emails. And all right, let's keep going. Excuse me, just check in my settings to make sure it's all working okay. Now, which other reason do I think emails are amazing? You essentially create one email and send it once to every person on your email list. So if you have tens of thousands, it's still one email and you're reaching tens of thousands. Compared to if you wanted to send messages to people one by one, yeah, that's going to be ridiculous to do. Or if you wanted to share on social media. Now, remember that the algorithm keeps changing, and currently, what happens is that um, you share a post and less than 10% of your audience actually sees it. So you may think that you've posted every day, so people should know that your music is coming out. However, a huge proportion of people do not know because they've not seen it, which is why currently people that are doing really well are actually posting multiple times a day just to maximize how or to maximize their visibility so people actually see these messages. The other thing is people check their emails a lot more So there's a huge percentage of people that check their email first thing in the morning, even before they pray. Um, and then many people check their emails, statistics say up to 20 times a day. So this is something that people do a lot. Now, people have ownership of their emails. There's no algorithm stopping them from accessing their emails. So that's also a plus for emails. Now, I'm going to now talk about how. How can you start to use emails? How do you start? Now, if you're completely new to this, you may even say, what do I need? You need a platform. So I use MailChimp, but there are multiple email platforms. Which one should you use? Use the one that you can. Essentially, there's no you know there's no best one for anyone. There isn't. And YouTube now has multiple videos for a lot of platforms. So regardless of what you choose, there's going to be um, videos showing you how to use it. So just pick one and start, essentially. I've listened to a lot of business coaches, and people generally evolve just the way their businesses evolve. They will start with one platform, and then because of something, they will change to another platform. And some people have used multiple platforms, and still, there is no one platform that has come up as the best. So just start. Pick one and start. So I use MailChimp, so you can start from there. Yeah. You start from there, and as I said, there are multiple videos showing you how to use the platform. So go on YouTube and just type, how do I create an email on MailChimp? And there'll be a video there showing you how to use it. I'm not tech savvy at all, and I send emails on MailChimp without any problem, so you'll be fine. Number two, how do you start growing your email list? Because it's it's breaking the law if you added an email to your email list on your platform just because you had their email. It's against the law. You can't do that. So you need to get people to give you permission to add their emails to your email list. Also, every email needs to have an option for unsubscribing. Every email that you send out needs to have that option. So when you start, when you pick a platform, the next step is how are you going to grow your email list? How do you start adding people? Now, I essentially tell people to just start with their friends and family. People that support your music, support your mission. Start there and just get permission to just add their emails. In fact, there's a script that I give my students in the academy, my clients. Um, and if you want it, just either email me or message me on Instagram or Facebook, and I will just send you the script. You can just copy and paste the script and send out to people. But I normally say if you use this script, you can grow your email list to 100 in a week. You absolutely can. So message me if you want it. Now, there are also other ways to grow your email list. One of my favorite ways is to use a release that's coming up and use it to grow my email list. So in the past, I will do a pre-save campaign, and I will actually create a campaign where people could opt to join my email list. And when they do that, they receive a download of the song before it even comes out on Spotify. So essentially, you can incentivize people to join your email list. And there are multiple ways of doing that. There is creating a gift that they would love, and saying, hey, if you want this, you market the gift, highlight the importance of the gift, and say, if you want this gift, I can send it to you. Just put your email details in here and I'll send it to you. So there's multiple ways of growing your email list. Um, and the aim is you start and you keep growing it, because remember, the bigger your email list, the bigger the chance, the higher the chance that you will be able to monetize it and earn more by marketing to your email list. You also want to make sure that you have the right people in your email list. You have qualified leads in your email list, so people that love your music, and that's really important, because if you release Christian music, you don't want to be having lots of people who may not appreciate Christian music, because they might subscribe. And I should mention here that you will get people that unsubscribe. That is fine. It just means they were not your people in the first place. Um, every business will have people that unsubscribes. It is fine. It does not mean you are failing at what you are doing. It just goes with the territory. So if they unsubscribe, it just means that they were not your people. They were not your ideal clients. So that's actually okay. Now, next. People get stuck when they think about sending emails. They ask, how frequently, you know, how frequently should I send emails? What should I say in the email? So, first of all, you need to be consistent. You can peak, the frequency. It's totally up to you. Just be consistent. So if you want to send emails once a month, do it once a month. If you want to do it every 2 weeks, do it every 2 weeks. If you want to do it weekly, do it weekly. But be consistent. Have a plan. Number two, decide on what content is relevant. So if you are an artist, um, do you have a mission? Do you have a vision that should come across in the content of the emails that you are sending out? Okay, so it should be obvious that you're on a mission to do something. Okay, obviously, if you're an artist, there should be music, either songs that you are releasing, songs that you have released in the past. And recently, I've actually begun to send other people's songs as well, because it's value. You give value any way you can. So recently, I've begun to send out a song for the week, a song that has been blessing me recently, and I just send it out as part of my content in my email list. Now, if you are like me and you have begun to monetize, and now you have clients on one hand, and on the other hand, you have um, your music audience, you could begin to realize that some of your content for your clients or prospective clients is very different to your music audience. So I struggled with this for a while, and I kept thinking, oh my God, people are probably unsubscribing because I'm sending them emails about the music business and they're not here for music business info. They're here just because they love my music or they want to support me in my music. So recently, I decided to actually be really clear. So I have subheadings. And at the start of my emails, I go, this is for everyone, Then I talk about a word for the week. And then I talk about music for the week. It could be my song, or it could be someone else's song. And then I talk about any relevant event coming up. So if I have a, whatever I'm doing, like my crowdfunding campaign, or if I'm having a Zoom session soon where I'm playing songs and I'm inviting people for that, that comes next. And then after that, then I say for artists. Okay. And then I talk about any events that I have coming up that's around the music business. I talk about all the things I'm doing for my clients below. So you can absolutely, um, divide up your emails like this, because what I didn't want was to start sending an email only for my music audience, and then a separate email for my clients. I already have too much I'm doing. I do not want to add more to what I'm doing. So I decided to do it like this, where my weekly emails, people expect that there's going to be something for them. And I put it at the top of the email, and then below, then I say for artists. So you could do something like this if you have different groups of people in your emails. The other thing that's really, really helpful to do is to um, tag them really early on. So when clients come in through who are artists, I've begun to put something like they are artists. So I tag them, and in the future, I could decide to send an email to only the artist, everyone I've tagged as an artist. So you can start doing that really early on as you grow your email list. So that way, you have sort of tagged and separated um, your audience into the different groups that they are, and it's clear. You're able to communicate to the exact people that you want to communicate to. Okay, now I hope you're finding value in this so far. Okay, moving on. Moving on. What if you don't do this now? You know, um, why should, what if you say, well, you're fine with social media? Well, there's two big reasons that you really need to start building an email list. Number one is that you number one is that you don't control social media. Okay. There have been people who were promoting an event that was coming up. They were running Facebook ads. They had a plan to build their audience and to, you know, invite lots of people on social media to an event. And guess what? They lost their accounts. Maybe something happened. They run a Facebook ad and did something that Facebook didn't like, and they literally shut down the account. I've heard stories like this. It's they like literally people have been near breakdown because this has happened. When you put your eggs in one basket, that is what you were doing if you were relying on social media to grow your business. You do not own social media, you do not own Facebook, you do not own Twitter. Things can happen. Oh, how about the day last year when um, Facebook and Instagram shut down for a day or something? I think there was some sort of malfunction somewhere because for some hours nobody could get on Facebook, nobody could get on Instagram, and it was hilarious because I started to get email after email after email saying, you see why you cannot rely on Facebook. You need to start growing your email list now, because this is what happens when you rely. I got email after email saying that. And I remember that um, there was actually an event that was happening that day, and it was going to happen on Facebook, and I think it was KMA, one of the music communities I'm a part of, and he sent an email saying, "Well, Facebook has shut down, so we're moving this onto Zoom." And he gave us the Zoom link. So people had to pivot last minute. People had to pivot. So you cannot rely on Facebook, Twitter. You can't rely on that. You do not own the platform. Number two reason on why you have to start now is that platforms fail. You could say, oh, I'm just going to grow my followers on Facebook. I'm going to grow my followers on Instagram. And you put all of your energy into that and you grow to like thousands. You might even get the blue tick but you have no idea what's going to happen in the future. Do you remember these platforms, MySpace, Reverb Nation? At some point, they were doing really well. They were doing really well, and now they are no more. So remember that platforms do not last forever. New things come up, new things happen, new rules change, and the owners of these platforms will start implementing, strategies and implementing rules that makes people, leave the platform. So your followers leave. You don't have their emails, you don't have their details, you cannot contact them. So you need to find a way to bring your followers off social media onto your email list. Your email list is an asset. Your email list is something that you have. It's part of what you have. I remember recently I got asked to speak at some summits, and some of their requirements to be a speaker was to have big email lists, like thousands on your email list. So it's an asset. If you are thinking of, having a business that's growing, thriving long term, you need to be thinking about growing your email list. Okay. Now, when is the time to start? Now. I mean, years ago would have been the best time. The next best time to start is right now. So go to MailChimp if you do not have one that you are using already. If you don't have someone close to you that is using one that could show you the ropes, go to MailChimp. Start this week. Send your first email this week. Any questions? Email me. My email is always in the description. If you are listening to this later on, message me on social media and book a call, or just send me a message. I'll get back to you. All right. I hope this has been helpful. Um, I hope this has inspired you to get moving with your emails. I will see you next week on another episode of the Fulfilled Musicpreneur podcast. Take care, and yes, I should mention this every single episode. If you're new, welcome. Please go listen to old episodes. If you know someone that this will bless, can you do me a favor and send it to them? We need this to help us grow our listeners and to grow the podcast. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. We're also on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. And it will be amazing if you could also leave a review for us. That would also be really helpful. All right. Now remember that I have a free mini course I'm offering to every single person called Monetize Your Music in 3 Days. The mini course is in the description. So go get that one if you don't have that yet. And my book called Pursue Your Passion, Uncover Your Calling, that gives you a step-by-step process on how I built my business. It is sure to give you lots of ideas, lots of mindset shifts, lots of inspiration to also grow your business. That book is also available, and it is in the description as well. Okay, so lots and lots of offers that I'm given to help you out on your journey. Okay, so have a blessed week. Take care. Bye for now.